So I went to Pine Rest for a couple days. They gave me a sheet of paper here, call for some help for some rehab places because you could only be here for a couple days. And I'm like, well, what'd you even send me up here for to begin with? They're like, we didn't. I'm like, okay. So I just happened to see a flyer that said, it was a little pie chart that said 70 or 90% of all men here who complete the program make it. Something like that. It caught my eye, and it was guiding light. Next thing I know, I'm in a cab getting dropped off in front of this building. The road's all tore up. It's dirt road. It's like I have no clue where I'm at. And I got this huge guy standing there holding the door open for me. And his name's Brian. So, go back to my probation period when I had the interview. I remember specifically Brian screaming at me, saying, "You will never work in a restaurant ever again." I could have sworn he had something to say about having anything to do with food. I could have sworn he said that. Maybe he didn't. But it was, and I was like, who is this guy? And I thought for sure I was on my way out the door right then and there too. But, the powers of be still kept me here. And the day of probation period was over and I finally found out that I got accepted. Here we went now I call it God's humor, because they asked me to be the community kitchen manager. That's when I started to make some changes. And lo and behold, I'm going on 7 months and I'm still here. I have a full-time job. God has given me a true talent of cooking and in knowing, because it just comes second nature to me. Right now my duties are to go down and pick up the donations, get it back here, weigh it, and distribute it to the community of Grand Rapids. I just tallied up the numbers for the month of December, and right now we're at 25,000 people for the month of December that have gotten food through us. It's an awesome feeling because, even when I'm kitchen manager in restaurants, I would always go out after the dinner rush and just stand there in the restaurant and look at all the people enjoying their food, having good conversations, laughing, smiling, and knowing that I created it and was a part of that is a wonderful feeling. I really like that. And now, knowing that I'm helping people get something to eat, even if it's just as simple as they got a bag of ramen noodles through one of their churches or something. Because, I remember when I wished I had a bag of ramen noodles. So knowing now that I can help in that way is even better experience for me actually standing in the restaurant watching people, because they have the money and the means to spend and have a good time. The people that I'm helping now don't. My business card says I'm doing God's work. And I think he brought me here just for that reason, because this is where I've learned my relationship with him, and everything is just lined up for me just too smoothly, and that can only be done by him. And when somebody told me 7 months ago, as long as you stay sober, things will line up for you or fall into place, so to speak, I had never believed it. But I do now, because I see it and I'm living it. The first time I went to church, I hated it. I hated the preacher because I thought he was talking to me. I didn't understand it. And that's why I always had a negative attitude about all that stuff. But once I actually saw how he got me from Battle Creek to here in Grand Rapids within a week's time, there's only one way. He did it. He made this all happen for me to get here and finally find out exactly who he was and what he's capable of doing. And it's just worked out to where I do see him. I have seen the things and the miracles that he's provided here, like within other men, plus myself, because if I go back to being by myself, I'll be dead. But now, knowing what I know now, having God in my life and the AA program, there's no stopping me, and I can finally live a successful life and enjoy life and just be happy. Because God's wanted me to be happy this whole time, but I never knew it until I got here. Because all I've been doing is, traveling around the country, seeking things, running from my problems, but it's the same place, same things, just a different place. All I had to do was give in to him then, but that was a journey. Would I change it? No, because that old Alan, so to speak, got me to where I am today. And that old Alan has helped me change into this new creation. And it's just it's been a wonderful journey. I'm looking forward to many more days of being here.